Marvel Spider-Man 2 leaks, new information on Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, update on Gears of War 6, and way more in this video. So guys, my name is Juan, welcome to Game News, and don't forget to support the channel, leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and commenting something down below, so you don't miss out on any new information on the gaming industry. So without further ado, let's go straight to the news. So first, let's talk about some fast news. Steam users can claim 4 games right now, and these games are Ambassador, Independent, Octodad Student Edition, and Snake a Date. Grounded releases massive new update. Guys, the update 1.2 super duper update brings new creatures, a base coziness system, over 100 new crafting items, and Steam Deck verification to Grounded. If you want to know more, the patch note is in the description. Warzone 2 fans, the new update is finally here, bringing several changes and bug fixes to the game, like improving audio when you open loot cases and fix issues with gunsmith mechanics. If you want to know more, the patch note is in the description. Attention all Dead Island 2 fans, exciting news has come from a recent Xbox on Twitch stream. Guys, on the stream, a Dead Island 2 developer mentioned the possibility of a new Game Plus mode being added to the game. This feature will allow players to carry over their equipment, items, and level to a new playthrough, making the game even more thrilling. While the development team has not officially confirmed the feature, they have acknowledged the fans' interest. Guys, a massive amount of information about Spider-Man 2 just leaked. This section of the video will probably have spoilers. This is rumors, we are not sure, but this could be true. So be aware that this section of the video will have spoilers. So with everyone warned, let's get to the nitty gritty. Guys, the leak suggests that Marvel Spider-Man 2 will continue the story of Peter Parker and Miles Morales as they protect New York City from various villains. But the main enemies of the game are believed to be Venom and Kraven the Hunter. But guys, in the game, Harry Osborn, Peter's childhood friend and comic book rival, may not be the human host of Venom's symbiote as previously hinted. According to the leak, Peter will become infected with the symbiote early on, gaining his classic symbiote suit and using the resulting new powers to defeat his former police ally turned vigilant killer Yuri Watanabe. Norman Osborn becomes concerned about Spidey's new abilities and hires Kraven to capture him. After several battles, Peter eventually rids himself from the suit, which then infects Eddie Brock, the original Venom from the comics. Guys, Eddie is said to be a playable character in Marvel Spider-Man 2, similar to the stealth sections featuring Mary Jane and Miles Morales from the first game. Once he becomes Venom, Eddie teams up with Kraven to seek revenge on Peter, but eventually kills the Hunter. Meanwhile, Norman supposedly gaslight Harry into becoming the Green Goblin, leading to a final confrontation between Spider-Man, Goblin, and Venom. The leak also suggests that other villains will appear in the game, including Mysterio, Sandman, Big Will, Shocker, Spot Pete, and Screwball. Doc Ock is reportedly featured in an audio cameo, while Miles' subplot involves tension between him and Peter over the former's inexperience, and he spends time investigating mysterious signs and events throughout the city. Finally, a post-credit scene will have a portal to the multiverse open as a result of Spider-Verse events, and a confused Spider-Gwen will emerge as a setup for future sequels. So guys, we have to take all this information with a grain of salt, but analyzing the story, it doesn't have anything that we haven't seen in other media, but it is not a bad thing in my opinion, because the first Spider-Man story was released in 1963, and even today Marvel still releases new stories, so it is almost impossible to create something new in the Spider-Man universe. Not mentioning that it would be kind of stupid to not take advantage of the huge amount of lore that Marvel has already created. And I know that a lot of people wants to see those stories because those are their childhood stories. If this is true, this is a good choice. In relation to the game having stealth parts like the section with Mary Jane in the first game, it bothers me a little bit because man, they are usually boring sections, but I understand that these parts are necessary because they are used to deepen the narrative of the game. But I hope this time it will be more interesting and dynamic, because in the first game it was boring. And talking about Miles, guys, here is where the leak becomes kind of sus for me, because they made an entire game for Miles. I know that the game was short and everything, but they wouldn't develop his story, so in this game they would leave it aside in the main story and only give him the role of investigating mysterious signs and events throughout the city. It would be a huge waste in my opinion, unless Insomniac intends to release another game focusing only on Miles' stories. Maybe him traveling through the portal that opened to the multiverse to find while these portals open like in the new Spider-Man animation. I don't know, man. Like I said, this is the part that the leak kind of becomes sus to me. It's super sus, because I don't think this is a good idea. Letting Miles aside, like I said before, unless Insomniac is making a game focus on Miles' story. Like, this game is reportedly intended to focus on Peter Parker's story. So a lot of stuff, a lot of information, but remember, these are leaks and rumors. They should be taken with a grain of salt. Guys, Elden Ring is a popular open-world action RPG developed by FromSoftware and published by Bandai Namco. It was released in February 2022 and has received nearly universal acclaim from both fans and critics. Following its success, FromSoftware announced Elden Ring's first major expansion, Shadow of the Erdtree, in February 2023. However, a recent discovery has revealed that the DLC may have been in development for longer than expected. Guys, Kenneth Chan, a senior FromSoftware developer, has listed the DLC as an unannounced project on his LinkedIn profile. He's also the lead game designer for Elden Ring's Shadow of the Erdtree and has held this position since April 2022, which is over a year before the official announcement. This suggests the DLC may have been in development for almost immediately after Elden Ring's launch, indicating that it could be a very ambitious expansion. Guys, while there is no rule governing how long a DLC should stay in development, Elden Ring was in development for around 5 years, from the end of 2016 to around December 2022. Although this doesn't necessarily mean that the Shadow of the Erdtree will have exactly 1/50 of the content of the base game, it does suggest that the new expansion may be quite meaty by DLC standards. This DLC is actually taking a long time to come out, but my opinion is still the same. Let them cook. Let the developers cook. Man, they have already delivered one of the best games of all time. If you give them enough time, they will create something even better. So let them cook. Miyazaki, please don't release this thing until you are fully sure that this thing is ready. That's my opinion. Don't rush them, people. Stop going on Twitter and writing, oh, this is taking a long time. No, let them cook. Guys, Gears of War has been a popular franchise among Xbox players since its debut in 2006. The game's fast-paced action, gripping storyline, and stunning graphics have kept a lot of people hooked on the franchise over the years. So with the release of Gears of War 5 in 2019, a lot of people were excited about the next installment of the series. However, Liam McIntyre's recent update has put a dampener on our expectations. Guys, in the interview with Dexerto, Liam McIntyre expressed that he has not heard anything from the Coalition regarding Gears of War 6. Guys, since GD Phoenix has been such an important character as the son of the franchise icon Marcus Phoenix, I would be expecting him to be in the next game of the series. And McIntyre's revelation that he has not heard anything about the game concerns me a little bit. It is possible that the Coalition has decided to, move ahead with GD's death as the canon choice for Gears of War 6, thus excluding McIntyre from the production. However, if this were the case, McIntyre would likely have still been informed about it as a major cast member of the franchise. Or it could be that this absence of any information from the Coalition suggests that, Gears of War may be still in early stages of development, because it was reported in 2021 that the Coalition was working on a new IP, which pushed the 6th Gears of War installment further down the road. However, rumors early this year suggested that the Coalition has cancelled 2 games and moved on to Gears of War 6 instead. If this is the case, it would mean that Gears of War 6 could likely still in pre-production without the need to get voice actors involved yet. But it would also mean that Gears of War is still several years away, because there is no chance that Microsoft would just simply kill Gears of War. There is no chance. Like Halo, Gears of War is their kid. They would never kill this franchise. I will try to dig a little bit more about Gears of War 6, and I will bring you guys some updates. Unrecord, a new first-person shooter game that has taken the internet by storm with his hyper-realistic trailer. So guys, a lot of people have expressed skepticism about the authenticity of the trailer and criticism about the game's depiction of the police. So guys, in response to these concerns, Drama, the French development studio behind Unrecord, posted a lengthy message on Steam. Guys, the controversy surrounding Unrecord centers on its hyper-realistic graphics and found footage-like style that led many to believe that the trailer was fake. So Drama was quick to reassure fans that the footage was captured from the executable using a keyboard and mouse, and that Unrecord is one of the upcoming games using Unreal Engine 5. Just saying that what they did show is this video that you are watching right now. What they did show here is not conclusive for me. Guys, when a developer is showing a game in engine, the first thing they would do is show the wireframe, and they didn't show that. So this is concerning because everything that they show, they could edit the video to look like a game. Again, I'm not saying for sure that the game is fake, but it was weird for me. They didn't show any wireframe. They didn't show the triangles of the environment of the scenario. They didn't show any, they didn't move any object on the scenario. It's kind of weird, it's super weird, because if you're trying to prove that your game is real, you would move things, you would move things in a scenario, I don't know, man. I'm just confused why they wouldn't show more. It's super weird. It's super weird. But again, I'm not sure of nothing. And talking about the criticism that the game was facing because it was centered in the police, the developer Drama insists that the game does not engage in any foreign policy and is not inspired by any real life events, which was obvious since the beginning. I have shared my opinion about this. People need to stop doing this kind of stuff. Let's just face this, if this game is real, because I don't know. I'm just kidding. Let's just face this project like a game, not something real. This is just for entertainment, people. I'm not saying that a game is fake, but man, I have seen this day before, guys. I have seen this day before, and I don't want this game to be just like that day before, because this is looking like a really interesting project, a really good project, and the day before was looking like a good project too. So oh my god, we are living in weird times. Well, they're probably gonna show something. I hope that they show something more conclusive. So guys, this is all from me for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and of course, a huge hug, love, and peace.